Leo, sunrise and moonbeams. If you chose group number 4 or the blue bell, this is going to be your readings. Now, before I start intuiting on the blue bell, I just want to mention a couple of things. We're also going to do a little bit of some activities so that we can get some further confirmation from you. Also, I'm not wearing my rings today. It was not on purpose. It was definitely very much like accidentally. I left my house without wearing my rings. So that could be something that's significant or something confirming for you. It could even just be signifying that this is like a time in your life where you're stripping down or stripping away from certain things. Maybe you're someone who used to identify as like very materialistic, and now you are, you know, kind of just coming back down to like, you know, a natural way of living. Take that however it resonates. We're going to use some astro dice first, and this part's been really fun. I think I'm going to incorporate it into more of my readings. I've been seeing a bunch of people doing it, and like I have astro dice, I don't know why I haven't been using them. So let's get to it. These could be your sun, your moon, your rising. It could be, you know, maybe you're thinking about somebody and this is their signs, if you have children or close family members or, you know, any loved ones or anything like that. So let's see. We have Libra. We have Capricorn. We have Sagittarius. Let's do one more. And we have Aquarius. All right. Now, so if you want to pick a number, we can see if we get something close to that number, or again, any numbers. It could be your birth month. It could be your birth date. So we've got 10. I also didn't do number dice for anyone else, just for you. We have 2. We have 2 again. Let's get some, like a real shake in there. Oh my God, she almost fell. Not her landing between the 2 and the 3. Hold on, guys. I low-key, you know what? Free will, right? I'm gonna just angle the camera so you can just see where she ended up. Take it how it resonates. 2, 3, 7. All right, let's get back to business. While I adjust the camera here, we're gonna zoom back out and pray to God, pray to the goddess that this is. Yeah, let's go a little bit lower. That's where we were, somewhere about here. You can still see the 7 a little bit. I love that. Okay, so those could be numbers that are significant for you. We did get like 222. I think that's really cool. I got some Scrabble tiles. This part has been really fun. Again, I'm just really good at wordy things, so I feel like that could be part of what's happening in terms of like why this part is becoming so fun. Crazy stuff has been happening for every group. So let's just see what comes out with the Scrabble tiles. We're gonna get quite a few just so we can get some good words. I keep trying to get from the bottom. Okay, we have the letter F. We have S, T, S, O, A, and V. We have of. 2. Oh, 2. Toss. Let's see. We have fat. We have aft. We have vat. Let's get a couple more. I don't know how many letters I did for each group. I've just been kind of going intuitively. Ooh, day. Ray. 4. Far. And we have a W and an N. Ooh, want. Also, I saw something. What did I see? Here we go. Today. All right. Take it how it resonates. We got so much going on in here. Wand, wands. I didn't do names, but we have Wanda. We have Ross. Okay. Take it how it resonates. Hopefully we got some stuff in there. Again, if none of this sounded like it did anything for you, we're gonna get into the actual reading now. We're gonna talk a little bit about bluebell and this flower. So we're looking at your current situation, your current energy. Is this going to... Hello? She doesn't want to focus. There we go. We'll talk a little bit about the bluebell. We'll look at your current situation, your current energy. We'll look at your energy toward the situation as well. So this will be the part that really matters. If this doesn't... She's just having trouble focusing. She's having a lot of trouble focusing. If this doesn't make any sense, then, you know, this will be your sign. So we've got some other cards here. We've got truth. She still won't focus. No. I'm gonna live shuffle some of the others as well. We've got freedom and we have consume. Let's make that really nice, and then I'm going to sit. Because fun fact, I am standing since I've got my tripod hanging way over my head. All right, let's talk about bluebell. So this card is really interesting, especially in terms of the flower itself. Some of the keywords here are like charm, luck, but it's also caution. And I think that there's something here about maybe even being in a place of looking for love, or maybe you're like, it's giving like new love or renewed love. One thing about the bluebell is that there's this like little story that they have about the bluebell that basically claims that if you pick this flower and recite this little poem and then place it in your shoe, you'll have good luck by the morning time. Let's see, what is it? It is bluebell, bluebell, bring me some luck before tomorrow night. Yes. So the bells are ringing and they are trying to convey some kind of message to us, and it's up to us to figure out what message this bluebell is, you know, bringing in to you. It's likely that you're receiving a lot of information. It could be that you are consumed with wanting freedom. Maybe you're in a place where you don't necessarily feel fully free. Again, this depending on what part of the world you are in. I'm in the US, so you know that should give you also the year is the year of the goddess 2026. I mean, I guess it's the year of our Lord 2026, because if we go on the goddess's time, who really knows what year it is. So yeah, you know, hello to the future people watching this from the past, from the void of the past. But anyway, so you could be very consumed with that, or it could feel like they're just, your external influences are trying to consume you and trying to take from you and rob your light and your freedom. What's interesting also is that the bluebell is associated with the Fae, and if you're not familiar with the Fae, they are very mischievous little creatures. So this can talk about making very calculated decisions in chaotic situations and not rushing through things. It's also a reminder to trust your instincts, and this brings me into this card here about truth, and you'll see that like the symbol, so this is the symbol for the throat chakra. Is it not? She's not, I don't know guys, it's just this reading. So this is it Vishuddha, the throat chakra. And so, you know, speaking your truth, this is, you know, something that's also very important at this time. It could be that you're feeling called to speak your truth on something. What's really interesting is that like we're kind of getting this message all along the collective throughout this reading. So if you know, you know. Hopefully if you're watching this from years in the future, we have done the thing and we have spoken our truth, and we are all living beautiful, peaceful lives, full of love. Full of love. I think it's very important. Like, I don't know, I'm also looking at like where she is, and it feels like she's within this like palace type of area. She's got flowers in her hair, and I get the sense here that like, you know, she's just looking and longing for that truth. And maybe there's something here about her truth being stifled. It's also funny that you got the blue bell, and blue is also associated with the throat chakra. If you're not familiar with chakras, they're basically a concept, a theory of energy centers that we hold within our body. And they kind of run just straight down, and they all have different colors and representations and things that they're responsible for. So the throat chakra is literally the throat. It rules over, you know, what you speak, how you speak. And I think that there's maybe even something here about like, if you're familiar with this concept and you feel that maybe your throat chakra is blocked, maybe it's not necessarily a blockage. It could be that it's loyal to somebody else, rather than being able to speak your truth and your freedom. Your throat feels like it needs to stay loyal to an idea, a concept, an ideology, or, you know, a thought pattern or something to that extent, maybe even another person. And maybe that's made you feel like you can't make your own choices, and that's why freedom is kind of on the brain here. It's really interesting to like, you know, just look at the full picture here and get a sense for like what you're going through and what your attitude is. I feel like maybe you don't want to be consumed by it. What's also interesting is that when I was shuffling the cards, consume was stuck to the card fear. And so I do think that like there's also an element here of like you trying not to be consumed by fear and wanting to be in a place of like focusing on freedom. It's also interesting, I didn't plan out putting these cards down in this position, but like even she's looking away from the consumption, which could mean something if we're, you know, talking about dialing it back in terms of materialism. So, you know, moving away from consumption and looking toward freedom, right? Is there anything I'm missing? Let's look at the books. I'm gonna read, let's get Truth on the Awakened Soul. Yeah, we've got, when she has finally said what she has been thinking about for days, the sensation left. Yep, that sensation, that pain in her throat. It says the sensation left. Her energies in this chakra are now open. To celebrate, she has woven white chrysanthemums in her hair, which are a symbol of truth. Symbol of truth, yes. She smiles at the synchronicity that the fountain behind her is the color of the throat chakra. Ah, yeah, see, it's a, oh, I see, she's maybe in a garden, and this is the, oh, I thought she was in a palace. Well, color me corrected. Yeah, the flowing water, much like her communication, springs from within. What's really funny is like now I'm starting to feel a tickle in my throat. It's also, it's like on the left side, like the left lower side of my throat. I feel a little tickle there, and I'm just like, I'm gonna have to grab some water in a few minutes. Anything else here? Truth can be tricky. Many spiritual people talk about speaking their truth when really the ego has them hiding behind truth when they are just being plain mean. It may still be true, or at least to them, but what is the motivation of the person delivering the message? Is the integrity lacking? Speaking your truth isn't about making excuses. Yeah, so maybe it's even something to the effect of like someone around you is speaking truthfully, but that truth comes with a generous serving of, you know, just again being plain old mean. Yeah, it's like, you know, wanting to be truthful to someone but also not offering them solutions. Like if you're gonna just criticize and you don't have any solutions to offer someone, then I know what's the point? What's the point? And so it's likely that you like maybe you're surrounded by people who are engaging in this, or maybe you're having a hard time, again, like thinking about the message that was coming through about your throat chakra not necessarily being blocked, but being loyal to someone else or to some idea. It could be that, you know, maybe you think that you're speaking a certain truth, but you're actually not. And maybe it's coming from a place like the biggest motivator is judgment. that you want to cast on another person, maybe to even make yourself feel better. You know, maybe that's not you, maybe that's somebody around you, but also knowing and understanding that like we are a product of our environment, but we're also responsible for, you know, owning up and changing when presented with alternative information. So that's what I'm seeing in terms of your current energy and your current situation. Now let's pull some cards. I did, so like for some of the groups I pre-shuffled. I think the last group I shuffled fully on camera. For your group I started shuffling, and I don't know, it's something about this deck, yeah, unseen. It just was not, she was not cooperating when I was pre-shuffling the rest of these cards. So I figured she just wanted to be shuffled on camera, which is totally fine with me. Neither here nor there. So let's go ahead and we're gonna get some more cards. If you want to use this spread that I am using, surprise, surprise, I created it myself. So you can skip the part about your current situation unless if it's something that you feel you need clarity on. But the next part, thank you. We're looking at your essence. We're looking at where you are in life. Let's see, how is that? Oh, we've got so much space. I don't know why I'm limiting myself. So your essence, where you are in life. We're also looking at what tools you have. I love that. It's an actual tool, guys. It's a sword. And how this has shaped you in life. Look at the Judge. Yeah, but don't be so judgmental, okay? We're gonna put that back. We were gonna put it back. These are old energies from the last group. I think somebody, maybe several of you, have fallen asleep and your energies are just carrying through. All right, let's try this again. How has this shaped my group fours of life? The Mask. We'll take it in shadow because it came out in shadow. I didn't read Big Deck Energy for anybody else, but aha! The shadow. I feel like you've been working hard to learn how to, maybe you're not in the place of integrating your shadow yet, but you are in the place of looking at and actualizing your shadow. So your essence, we have Kairos. What's interesting about Kairos is that this card in this deck is actually an initiation card. Is it? She's, I mean, is she focusing? Yeah. And there's that blue color again. Like, I think your essence is to speak truthfully. And I think that there are a lot of things that require you to be able to operate from a place of truth. I want to read from the book for Kairos. I gotta get up and get it, but you know what, it's okay because I'm mic'd up, so I can still keep talking to you even though I'm all the way on the other side of the room. And so yeah, you know, like this being an initiation card, I think that you're just in a perpetual state of initiation energy, and that can be very intense. We have mythic time, synchronicity. Yeah, so do you know that feeling you get when like you get lost in a task, or you are like just like hyper focused on something, or you're doing one thing and all of a sudden you're like, oh my god, I can't believe it's this time already. And this is also called mythic time, and it's essentially like a secondary time continuum that goes beyond any earthly clocks and schedules. So within this non-linear realm, we access divine timing. And I think that your essence is very much like, oh my God. Your essence is able to put people in this place of like, you know, just alignment and ease of action. You're patient and precise when you choose to be. And there's something about you that like you're able to look at a situation and just see like multiple aspects of it. You could also be an overthinker. So like something that's coming through is that there's an element of like, because you can see so much, sometimes you see everything. And then it's like, well, what's the truth? Because you're looking at everything. Yeah, information overload. Is that what's happening? Like on a collective level, people are just like experiencing this intense ass like emotional, informational overload. Yeah. I think that was the goal of the powers that be. Yep. It's a lot. And so I mean, I've been recommending to everyone in the groups to make sure that you're aligning with someone who can kind of help you sort through some of this noise. Where you're at in life, you're at the fault line. Things are shifting. The ground is literally shifting underneath you, and it's maybe causing a bit of confusion or just uncertainty in which direction we should be going. It's also possible that like if you're struggling with like what the actual truth of your situation is, or just the truth in general, and just knowing that you want to focus on this freedom, if it could very well feel like you have to cut away some of the ground as well, and then you're like, but if I start cutting the ground, I'm gonna be stuck on like the little tiny piece of earth. It'll only be enough room for my feet. That's a lot. I love how this was supposed to be like, let me hype you up, and it's like, oh my god. Oh no. It's okay, we're all in this together, and it's up to us to really create the changes that we see. And like, baby, stop waiting for somebody else to do it. Stop waiting for someone else to be it. Like, why can't it start with you? Why can't you go out and make the connections and start doing the things? And you know, maybe it falls flat, or maybe you only end up helping one person, but you know what, you may not be able to change the world all on your own. But oh my god, somebody else said this, it wasn't me, so don't give me credit. I'm also in the channel, so you can't give me too much credit, but you may not be able to change the world for everyone, but for one person you can change their world. Bam. Crystal drop, because I can't drop my mic because my mic is hooked up to my shirt. So yeah, like, I mean, that fault line energy though, like, I don't blame you. Like, this feels very much like chaos, and it feels very much unstable. It feels like you're not certain where to put your foot next. Which is interesting because like in this bluebell, like we saw that you have this ability to be strategic and to be calculated and informed in your decision making. So it could even be that like this time is just, I can't separate it, y'all. I can't separate what's happening in the world from these readings. They'll probably come for me, but it is what it is. I have to also speak my truth. And I hope that that inspires you to speak your truth. Things have been set up in this way, and it essentially puts you in this place where you don't know. And I don't think you're supposed to know. I think you're supposed to create your own path. And I see this image of a person running forward, and they're putting their feet, every time they step, it's like they're stepping on nothing, but like energy just meets their foot from underneath every step they take. The tools you've been given a sword. You haven't been given a sword. You know what's interesting? I venerate Saint Michael, and I actually have a candle that's been burning here for a few days, and he's got a sword. He's got a big old sword. I don't want it to go out, but let's take a look at Saint Michael and his sword. You've been given a sword. I think that you have this ability to cut away bullshit. A lot of us do. A lot of us that are watching this do, you know, especially just being people who are, look at that. Oh my gosh, I don't know if you can hear that. I hope to God you can't, because I hope my microphone is good enough quality that you can't hear that, but there's like a massive truck outside just rumbling. This message does not want to get to you specifically, because before we had like cute little confirmation beeps and things like that, or you know, we have the occasional siren. This is excessive outside. Wow, yeah, there's something here about like the energy working against you doesn't want you to know that you have this sword. They don't want you to know that you have this ability to, again, cut through things. They also talk about like how, you know, the sword is, well, what is it? Like the sword is also like a tongue, right? And maybe in some of this, where you're at in life and how you're going through things is showing you the double-edged sword that is your tongue. Yes. Maybe you also have this ability in terms of like combat and things like that. We're really gonna toe the line here. Oh man. Gosh. And here I am sitting, struggling with speaking my truth and speaking the messages that are coming forward. From what? Fear. From what? Being consumed by fear. We're all in this together. We're all the same. Separation is an illusion. And I think that the more you start to see yourself in other people and you start to see the God in others, I think the more this is going to wake you up and put you in the right direction and how to use those things. Let's read from the book on the sword. I'm like, I don't want to get in trouble, but also I'm already in trouble and I've not even done anything. We've got the knife, the blade, the weapon. If you find the sword in your grasp, you can no longer hesitate. This weapon requires a clear and decisive mind and a willingness to act. An onlooker may think the sword bearer is hasty and violent, but the most compassionate and responsible gesture is one that is honest, swift, and accurate. Our first encounter with the sword is at birth, when the cord we share with the mother is cut. This moment defines our separation from her and begins our journey of becoming our own self. We must make these cuts again and again if we are to grow. Decisions shape our life, and the sword is an infamous shaper of destiny, cutting through to what is essential. When this card is in shadow or in the darkened position, it can talk about being hasty, it can talk about backstabbing, or, you know, a dull and painful blade. I'm hearing this, I don't know if you guys know this, but if you want to chop onions and you don't want to cry, you have to have a really sharp knife, and also like maybe some water nearby or some sort of contraption to absorb some of those juices that would make your eyes water. Yeah, the sharper your knife, the less you cry. It's like I see you walking away from something and walking towards something, or even like walking away from a group of people and walking toward a new group of people. And you're already in this, you'll know, because you're already in this, or you're already toying with the ideas, you're already thinking about it, you're already in this place of wondering what if. How has this shaped you in life? The mask in the reverse position. Let's do, is she gonna do the thing? No, I gotta press the buttons myself. It's okay. Should I just stand for this whole thing? It's almost like I'm pledging allegiance. I'm gonna put my hand over my heart and stand up and read the rest of this reading here. Who are you? How has this shaped you? This has put you in a place where you can see past the masks. You can see beyond to the person's eyes and really see inside of them. And I think that you need to trust that a little bit more, because I get the sense that you're having these feelings, and You're having these feelings and you're doubting yourself. It could even just be like the chaos of the fault line, and they're like, oh shit, I got a sword, and like, what am I supposed to do with this? I'm seeing this, am I seeing this correctly? I think maybe, yeah. We all we all deserve love and peace. We all deserve love and peace, and I think that coming from a place of love, only love and compassion, is what's needed most right now for the world. And I think that you have that in you. It may be a little buried, but it's time to wake up. I'm sorry, did I scare you? I'm just going a little nuts, guys. It's getting worse and worse as the hours pass, and a lot of us are still just trudging along like nothing's different, and that's kind of scary. All right, we're gonna look at what feminine energy needs to be nurtured in your life at this current time. It's giving very much matriarch energy, so if you are part of, yes, Mary Magdalene. I said matriarch and we got the divine mother. And honoring that, honoring, the women in your life, honoring yourself if you are a woman, if you identify as a woman or feminine. Let's see. Our Lady of Guadalupe. Look at all the roses. We love her. The Empress of Protection. I am safe and divinely protected. I am held in love at all times. Is that for both of us? Bestie, I think that was for both of us. We needed that one, yeah. So, with Our Lady Guadalupe, this is the energy of that divine knowing of the safety that we can build for ourselves and for the people around us. I'm tapped, y'all. I literally feel like I'm running on fumes at this point. Let's look. We're on page 30. Maybe the number 30 is significant for you as well. Let's talk about her story. So, she is the emblazoned emblem of the uniquely powerful protection of a mother's love. Yes! Rise of the matriarchy. Her image is believed to have miraculously appeared within the cloak of Saint Juan Diego. Yes. She appeared to him 4 times, the first of which was on December 9th in 1531. Very specific date. Maybe that's holding some resonance for you. She spoke to him in his native language and asked him to build a church in her honor. Fast forward a little bit, and he tried to convince the Archbishop of the authenticity of the apparition, but he was not able to do so. So he asked Guadalupe to give him a sign that would help convince the Archbishop of her identity. She appeared to him a final time and told him to collect Castilian roses, which are not native in Mexico. And she said they were in bloom at the top of this hill. So he gathered the roses in his cloak, and when they fell before the Archbishop, they could both see the emblem of Our Lady Guadalupe inscribed on the inside of his cloak. Her image on his cloak has become Mexico's most popular religious and cultural symbol. It hangs above the high altar in the Basilica of Guadalupe in Mexico City. It's also one of the most visited pilgrimage sites in the world. Its preservation and its mysterious creation have been a fascination for scholars and art historians for centuries. It seems to be something that defies the laws of nature, both in not decaying in the way a natural substance should, and by having been created in what seems to be one fell swoop rather than with multiple brushstrokes. Now the infamous image is worn as a symbol of protection from banners in the army, as well as on the back of migrant workers to shield them from being whipped. It's heavy, y'all. It's heavy outside. It's heavy inside. What is outside of us is also within us, even though we have never experienced, or even if we have never experienced the mother's love, the true force of that loving protection still exists within us, and we can give it to ourselves. We can also give it to others. When Saint Juan was concerned that the Archbishop would not believe him and was racing to meet Our Lady of Guadalupe, she appeared suddenly and said the most beloved phrase in the apparition story, a phrase that is inscribed on the entrance to her basilica. No estoy yo aquí que soy tu madre. Am I not here? I who am your mother. The energy of a mother's love can travel to meet you anywhere, whether within the world or within your own heart. The message is that she is here. You are mothered. But the message is also to ask for what you need. He wanted a sign that proved her existence, and I think that maybe this is something that you need as well. Maybe you need signs. Señales de vida. Proof of life. Ask for it. We are ennobled with free will, and the divine needs our respect, our request for assistance in order to enter our lives. We will be met with more love than we could ever imagine, and love is always the greatest and most powerful energy of protection. Do I experience the love of a divine mother within me? And maybe you don't. Maybe not currently. Maybe you have a crappy relationship with your mother. Maybe your mom wasn't great to you, or maybe she was great to you sometimes and not great the majority of the time. Maybe she never takes accountability for those moments where she wasn't the greatest to you. It's up to you to rewrite the story. Wow. I'm like, my brain is just, everything's getting jumbled, guys. It's interesting too because I rolled for this. I was like, do I do 3 groups or 4 groups? And I'm like, they're all done on different days, but there's something about this group that I'm having trouble getting through it. I swear to God, and if you've been watching from the beginning, you know, like, this shit just flows. It'll just flow. And once I'm on a roll, I'm on a roll. But like, today is just, it's one of those things where, like, as I'm taking all of these pauses, I'm worried about, like, how well is it gonna do in the algorithm, or people whose attention spans are so small, or they're just gonna be like, yeah, whatever, fuck this. I mean, but also, like, maybe there's one person in this group that needed it, that's sitting here with me, that's in the depths of this, that is feeling all of this with me. Let's get some tarots. Nurture the Divine Mother within yourself and allow her to be able to give that nurturing energy to other people in your life, in your community. Whew. Okay. Yeah. Literally like the 10 of Cups, just first. The Empress, the mother of tarots, the mother. We have the Magician. We'll put him here. The King of Pentacles, or the Muse of Materials. What do we love about you? The Six of Pentacles, the Page of Swords, or the Page of Voices. The Six of Swords, or Six of Voices. Got one more. Okay, what's this one? Ooh. Oh, I said I wasn't gonna take reversals for this one, but y'all saw that. And I think I'm gonna take this one too. Did we take this one as a reversal? No. I didn't think so. I don't think so. And on the bottom of the deck, your big deck energy is the Queen. We have a pair. Let's do it. What's so lovable about you? Oh my God. When you are feeling it, when you're feeling yourself, you are magnetic. You are creative. You are able to just be this light, this inspiration. You work well with a lot of different people. You're able to, again, bring people together. I'm getting a lot of, I think my audience has shifted, y'all. If you're new here, please say hello. I see you being in a position of some sort of leadership, and I feel like people look up to you. I see you as being kind and compassionate and generous, even when no one is watching. Maybe you haven't been like that lately. But we're looking at you as a whole person. You are very inquisitive and curious, and I think that when things happen, you're not very quick to judge. I think you're very quick to be curious and understand, which is interesting because we had this message about like maybe you being around people that are like, yeah, no, I'm so honest, I just want to tell the truth, but like they want to tell the truth just to be mean and shitty. I don't get that from you. I get you as a person who is very solution-based, solution-oriented, someone who is working on their confidence. And maybe when you don't feel your most confident self and you're just simply trying to get past those choppy waters, so to speak, and, you know, lay down your defenses, that you really do shine in this beautiful way of just a very confident aura. There's something about your energy that is very nurturing, very stable, very nurturing, and you balance masculine and feminine within you. With the Wheel of Fortune, I see that there's also just this, you have this understanding that life moves, time moves, and maybe you're on the up now, maybe the wheel's down on the bottom, but everything is cyclical and it keeps turning. And I feel like you don't really allow stuff like that to bother you. It sounds like someone is snooping around in the back part of my office, but there's no one there. I get the sense that you have this angelic protection around you, and that's not necessarily something that makes you lovable, but I think that it's because you are so lovable that you have this extra layer of protection. Yeah, things are creaking in my office now. It's kind of weird. It's okay. I'm not afraid. I can't be afraid, because if I'm afraid, then we're all fucked. I'm not afraid. I want to read from the book. This is one of my favorite decks. I keep saying it, but in this deck, all of the cards are associated with poems. And so, yeah, I want to read from the Empress. And I wish I could let you pick a card. Let's do the Queen of Pentacles too, and the Wheel. All the creative and all the dreams, bubbles and musing from earth. Life full of creation, she flows from the seams, spillings and brewings of birth. Nurturing the energy, mothering love from the universe. Yes, sit back in it and claim it. Again, like maybe things are shitty with your earth mom, but allow the energy of the Divine Mother to just surround you and reignite that. Sometimes the seeds of serendipity wait dormant until they're sought, and the waves of synchronicity must be noticed and not caught. Seek your good fortune fervently, knowing that your destiny is bubbling with positive magic. It lies dormant, ready to be found, so follow her breadcrumbs of laughter and love because they are within your reach. I love that for you. You are so supported by the universe in this next part of your journey. And going back to that fault line, like I can really see like, yeah, you're like chipping away and you're like, I'm gonna have no ground underneath me. I'm gonna have no stability. But like, you are the stability. You are the stability. You are the nurturing. You are abundance. Also, dirt magic is associated with the King of Pentacles. So maybe there's something about putting your hands in the earth that will help. I think, oh my gosh, because we're going to also get like a little bit more advice from the Sacred Creators Oracle. And I'm going to flip out if we get like Creator Earth in this one. So far, I think every group has gotten an element or two. So we'll see. Dirt magic. Anyway, the Queen of Materials. Self-made and self-believed, she stands abreast her self-achieved, an image of projected self, of manifested dreams and wealth, a deep investment of her caring and multitudes of joy sharing, compassion hers, a special kind of earthly wisdom set of mine. She showers us with warm, nutritious meals and freshly dried linens to keep our spirits up and offer a limitless supply of opportunities for comfort and security. She shares a message of being independent and accountable within her safety net of life. She reminds you to lean on family and nurture those around you, and to welcome in the prosperity and success that is yours for the taking now. Absolutely. You're in this place where like I think that the universe wants to bless you and give you something, but also like she needs to know you're gonna do some good stuff with it. Things are turning, things are shifting. Not things are shifting, and the Death card is like oh man, if you know tarot, then you know the Death card is what it represents and why that's funny. We've got more truth energy coming out. I didn't mean to do that. I don't know why I did that. Obviously there was a reason. If you're not familiar with tarot and the meaning of the Death card, it often symbolizes transformation, death of the old, as you know, making way for the new. All right. Let's get some extra advice here for you. Befriend the word polarize. Yeah, absolutely. I can definitely see that because like, you know, we're talking about this sense. Hold on, I'm going to adjust the camera. We can't see my crystals and I put them there so nicely. Okay. We were talking about that earlier about like, you know, potentially you being surrounded by people that don't necessarily vibe on the same wavelength as you. Maybe that time is just done and over. Yes, lead your metamorphosis. You're changing, you're shifting. Find your sacred flow. I am so convinced that somebody has fallen asleep and their energy is so strong. It's just permeating through the whole reading because we got these, but also the collective energy is kind of ripe for this. The more you exist in this space, the more you're going to also inspire people to do the same. And so maybe there are people that also walk in the same circles as you that are too afraid to polarize. But if they see you starting to polarize and they see you out here really owning your transformation and being like, you know what? Yeah, I always have French fries instead of home fries. But this time, I'm gonna start having grits. I don't know. Why am I thinking of food? I think maybe I'm just a little hungry. I didn't eat breakfast today. Shame. But you know, and maybe you got people that are like, oh, but you know, you're just doing this because of XYZ, or you're hanging around this person, so now that's why you want to have grits. You're a French fry person. You're always going to be a French fry person, and you can't break away from French fries. That's just, it's not you. It's not natural. Everything changes. Everything grows. Everything blooms. Everything. We got creator water showing its face. Everything shifts. It is only natural for things to change. And so I think, yeah, you can inspire others. What's your honest truth? We had that, right? That was it. It was truth. What is your honest truth? We're looking for the sacred flow of yes. So yeah, saying yes to, sorry, I'm not gonna judge myself. Like, so yeah, yes. Whatever, raw intention, imbalance. I get the sense here that, like, yeah, you know, following and finding your sacred flow and leading your metamorphosis. I'm sorry, I'm playing with the little butterfly on my nails. It's just nice. It's like a nice little place for my hand to sit. Ooh, yes, she's doing things. It's very sensory. Like, these nails, I've just been like, yes. But anyway, so yeah, leading your metamorphosis, you know, people are going to see that and they're going to be so inspired by that. And again, maybe there are people in your circle that, you know, they'll be like, you know, I really don't like how he said that to you about you being a French fry person. And I support you as wanting to change and, you know, having grits instead of being a French fry person. And that can inspire you to grow a little bit more, but also, like, think about how that inspires the other person who sees that and says, you know, very timidly, like, I don't think that was really nice. And then you start to shift and you're like, you know what? Yeah, I got this sword. Fuck that. That wasn't nice. You know, connection is on the chopping block now. I like grits, and maybe I'll come back to French fries one day, but right now it's grits, and that's what I want to do. And then the person who stood up for you silently and just on the side for you, maybe they start, you know, I don't know, like, they're like, yeah, you know what? Usually with my breakfast, I get toast, but now I just want to do fruit bowls, and I'm a fruit bowl person, and you inspired me to actually change and, like, not give a fuck what other people say. And then by that, you're following your truth, and it's the sacred flow of yes, and saying yes in places where you maybe didn't say yes before because of this fear of maybe the judgment, right? And you put yourself in that energy where it's like, okay, raw intent and finding this balance as well, and you're able to create even more effortlessly than you were before, because remember, you've got this angelic protection. We have collaboration of souls. Yes, I do see you being around other people and having this ability to bring people together. And so I feel that there is, you have a lot of opportunities coming in to continue to collaborate and bring people together. And, like, maybe even something as simple as, like, I know this person from over here and that person from over here, and just a simple introduction and getting them together, and then bam, they're going to have ideas on their own, and they're going to thank you later for, you know, bringing that collaboration in for them. And I think that when you put that intention of love and mothering in terms of community, I think this is gonna grow like wildfire. Let's get a couple more. We have the now. Yeah, staying present. It's very hard. Fearless expression. Fearless expression of your honest truth. Let's put this like this. I like that better. Fearless expression of your honest truth. I get the sense here that, like, you know, maybe there's certain aspects of what's going on in the world that it kind of makes it hard to stay present for you. Make a mission statement for your soul. I am so convinced. Somebody from group 1 was like, I want to watch this whole entire thing. But also, like, maybe this is what we need. We have creator water again and celebrate your wins. Okay, can we have something specifically? I'm gonna put these back. I'm gonna put these back. Oh my god. Not me splitting it. It's there. It's there. I told you guys I was gonna freak out, right? I told you I was gonna freak out. Here's me freaking out. I literally was like, okay, in my head, I was like, something specifically for group number 4, as I'm like putting everything back in the deck, trying to get rid of whoever group number 1's energy, residual energy is in here. And literally, that was like, that could not be more for you. All right. What do you really want? That's still also group number 1 if you want to scroll back into it. Yeah, fall in love with your own story. Bravely market your magic, also group number 1. Ridiculous. Whoever you are in group number 1, your energy is powerful as fuck. I need you to dial it back a little. Let's read from the book for Creator Earth, because it's going to give us some specific things. And so, like, I talked about it briefly in some of the other groups. I don't think I talked about it in all of them, but when we talk about these things, it's just about living your life with intention. And, you know, if you want to do it in the name of God, or the name of Allah, or the name of someone from a pantheon of, you know, divine beings and creatures, or if you want to do it in the name of Mother Earth, or for yourself, for someone in your family, devoting your practice in one way or another, I feel like, you know, it really shifts the perspective of like what witchcraft and ritual is, you know? So let's talk about it. Try earthing. Go outside on the grass barefoot and ground yourself to the earth. If you're like me, what is it? It's like, standing in the grass is not enough for me. I need to become one. I need to become one with the earth. This works just like a grounding wire would work. When your skin touches the earth, you will be grounded. If you've hooked yourself up to an electronic device to test yourself, it would also agree. And so looking at the science behind this, we are conductors of energy, right? And we think about like the differences between, you know, potential energy or kinetic energy and how they operate in the world. And like, if you're working with a car battery, like that's one of the most important things, right? You got to be careful, and you got to make sure that the grounding cable is in a good space, and that it's, you know, where we're not touching what we're not supposed to be touching, so that this way the energy can flow correctly when we go and plug in that other side, right? I don't know, I've got to change my car radio, and I've been putting it off for reasons, but anyway, part of the process is making sure that the battery is, you know, like the grounding side of it is there. Like it needs to be grounded. Make sure that it's like off and it's not running, right? We need to make sure that we don't get electrocuted, because energy is running in these different places. And as humans, we have energy inside of our bodies, and we're able to create this energy, right? So thinking about that on a scientific level, going outside and putting yourself in the grass, on the ground, you know, like, just try it. Just try it if you haven't tried it. If you are somebody who has experienced and you're like, yes, I know exactly what I need to do. I saw the Creator Earth card and that told me everything I needed to know. That's great. I'm proud of you. Take that as your confirmation. Get back in your craft. Put your hands in the earth and do the things. That was for somebody specifically. I don't know who that was, but back to the collective over here. I know somebody watching is like, yeah, I know. We've got find yourself in nature. So forest bathing is also a thing. Doing a meditative walk. If you can't get out in nature for whatever reason, or if you can't touch grass, that's what it is. Touching grass is not enough. I need to become one with the earth. That was the meme. I'm sorry, I'm a chronically online baddie. So maybe where your office is, you get a little bit of sun. If your office doesn't have windows and you don't get sun, like, call me, baby, we're gonna fix it, okay? You can't be working like that. But maybe it's just taking 5 minutes when the sun is hitting over your office window. And maybe you turn your chair, you put your alarm on for 5 minutes, and you just close your eyes and just feel the energy of the sun coming through, you know, and really connecting with that energy of the earth. Oh, yes. Let's see, the next one here is right in the dirt. Yeah, get your hands into the earth. That's so funny because like it says it here and I completely forgot about that, but like that was the message to whoever is very spiritually inclined. You know who you are if I'm talking to you. The spirit said, it's been too long since you buried something in the earth with intention for healing and love. So, ouch. Not a body, okay? I'm not condoning violence on this channel. Love only. I like this. It's like grab a mud mask, start slathering it all over your body. So like, you know, obviously they poisoned our earth, and so we can't just, you know, grab mud like we used to, because it probably got like microplastics and feces. But any products that you have, where you can, if you, ooh, girl, I'm not going to tell you to start buying stuff, but if you have something that's already in your, you know, in your arsenal of skincare, and you've got like a clay or a mud mask, like definitely doing that with intention of connecting to the earth. Enjoy the feeling of earth in your hands as you play. If you're watching this at the time of upload, you know, we are in the spring equinox in the northern hemisphere, and so, you know, things are bursting into life. The weather's getting warmer. I'm seeing people like, you know, maybe you're taking a trip and you're putting your hands in the sand and maybe just grabbing a handful of sand and allowing it to run through your hands and slip through your fingers. Maybe that's something. Anything sensory that you can do. You know what's so funny? I'm talking about sand and I'm like, oh, I feel like I can see it. I could actually see it. It's in the bottom of here. She's in there. Yeah. These are candles that I made, by the way. They had little messages in them. It was a message in a bottle. But yes, maybe getting out on the beach, maybe that's going to be your thing. But definitely connecting to the earth, that is going to be so crucial for you coming back to self and being able to inspire people in this way. So that is the message I have for you. Oh, I lied. We were talking about the beach and they were like, girl, you forgot this one. Okay, the ocean dreams. Where did I put it? She's here. We're gonna get a message from the ocean spirits. How did this? She's, some of the cards are, I'm gonna shuffle on the side here. I'm so sorry, guys. Just trust me, please. Here we go. Some of these cards are inverted. I don't think I'm supposed to take them inverted. I don't know how that happened, but it is what it is. Mother Ocean. Stop. So much mommy energy coming out. One thing I'm also drawn to is that in this card specifically, she's not gonna focus. There's also like a little prayer that comes with the deck, and it is called Mother Ocean. So I'm gonna put it here. Oh my god. There we go. So you can screenshot it if you'd like. We have Mother Ocean. I open my heart to your deep mysteries and tender revelations. May I find soothing comfort in your waves and shores. May your waters help clear out any stagnant energies within my mind, body, and spirit. Thank you for always guiding me toward calmer waters. Thank you for holding me in place when life feels overwhelming. May your waters anoint all that I do with your sacred wisdom, and may you be blessed with healing, protection, and endless love in return. Whew, I love that. I'm also going to read from the book for this one, because I'm not too familiar with the deck. What do you really want? A lot of mother energy coming through. It's the rise of the matriarchy. All right, women of the, oh, sorry, I said women of the earth because I saw women at first, but you know what? We're just gonna go with it. Womb of the earth, grandmother ocean, seeing the interconnection of all. Yes, separation is an illusion. I am a child of the universe. I am one with the ocean. Woo. Scientists estimate that more than half of the oxygen production on the planet comes directly from the ocean, and that 91% of all life below the surface remains unknown without description. I'm gonna put my tinfoil hat on for a little bit, which is feeling a little bit more just like a regular hat lately. But they're literally telling us that the aliens are in the ocean, guys. Also, I want to know how a world of countries that cannot seem to agree on fucking anything have all decided Antarctica, we don't touch that. You know? Also, why is it illegal? Why is it a literal felony to try and communicate with dolphins? I don't understand that. But anyway, I digress. We are each birthed through water and enter into a new world of air. Literally, all life begins with water. All life begins with water. In comparison to her colossal magnitude, we are small and powerless in her wake. This card asks us to consider the world and liminal spaces that are left unseen and the dimensions that we cannot perceive with our own eyes. To connect with the multiverse that expands and blooms below our earthly feet and remember that there is so much to uncover in our lifetime. This points to the knowledge that we are not alone and asks us to believe in miracles and more. How can I connect more with the pulse of all life? Yes. If this card pops up for you today, it prompts you to take a moment to acknowledge the many mysteries that seem hidden from our eyes. It is so easy to get caught up in the hustle and bustle of the surface world. We can lose track of time and forget that there are infinite miles of life that exist above and below us. When we expand our minds, we expand our hearts. Absolutely. This encourages you to look up into the stars and out into the oceans. Do not forget that you are part of something infinite and alive. Yes. Bestie, we gotta do something. We gotta do something. Also, I promise, did you hear that? That was not a fart. It's just this chair. I keep getting up and sitting down. And oh my god, surprise, surprise. She's not focused. And maybe that's what it is. Maybe you're just having trouble focusing. But I think that if you reach out enough in terms of community, I think that you're going to start to get support in that. But also know that you can't just be hitting up community like, I need this, I need this, I need this, and then not actually doing something great with it, you know? Because then people are going to be like, well, I keep giving you stuff and all I get back is shit. So, you know, maybe it's balloons and you got to learn some balloon art, right? That is the message that I received for you today. Thank you so much for sitting here with me and allowing me to speak these messages into you and your energy and your spirit. It's my intentions to create conditions that inspire health, wealth, and abundance. Those are not my words, but like also, if she's here, oh my gosh, am I getting a lot of attention? Ooh. It was such a good one. I had to use it. But also, I'll do my closing now. As always, know that you are loved, and you are so worthy of love. So be well, and I will catch you on the next one. Bye.